Jeff, but you know him well. What do you think it would mean for him to get one last victory here in the final 7 races of the year?
Oh, it would. Yeah. I mean, look, you always want to go out winning, right? You always want to do that. And trust me, you put him in position, he's going to go hard.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. Look, everybody knows Kevin. They all know him, man. He's fiery. He's ready to go. So you put him in a position, and he's gonna do everything in his power to make it happen. Yeah. But at the same token, I think Kevin recognizes this year isn't just about winning. That doesn't mean winning isn't important, but it's not just about winning.
Mm-hmm.
And I will tell you I love that perspective, because I didn't soak it in. I didn't soak in. I never got out of, blinders on mode, and I wish I had of enjoyed it a little more. Now look, I didn't know I didn't know a year ahead, but I wish I would have enjoyed it a little more, and taken a little pressure off and recognized a different perspective. That would have been a good experience for me, or I think it would have. And I wish I could have done that. I thought, like I said, I think Kevin's approached it 100% the right way.
Yeah. That's really hard for a driver, isn't it? Because you want to be able to take it in and soak it in. But especially in this system where you got this playoffs and the final 10 races are what matter, or determine your success as a season, a success or a failure, there isn't really that time, especially if you don't know, as you said, a year out, this is the end. Kevin has been sort of fortunate, like some others. I mean, Jeff Gordon did it, Tony Stewart did it, but not every driver sort of gets that opportunity, I guess.
Yeah, Nate. The other thing that's really difficult is when you're a guy like Kevin and a guy like I was, you're intimately involved with the race team.
Yeah.
And you're always trying to build to make things better, right? So you take last week and you try to apply that to the next week. You take last year and you try to apply that to the upcoming year. When you aren't going to be there next year, what is that role? You are now literally, you're not talking about next year. You're not thinking about next year. You're thinking about next week. And for a guy like Kevin, and I've been in those meetings where the door gets shut and things that stay in that room. I mean, if Kevin was there for next year, it would be a completely different atmosphere, because he's going to be lighting everybody up about, hey, what are we doing? We can't do this again. Mm-hmm. Where, he now recognizes he's not the guy next year. Josh Berry and all the other drivers and all the other crew chiefs, they need to find a way to be better for next year, because what's better for Kevin may not be better for everybody else. And so that's a massive shift in what is my role here. And so if what I appreciate about Kevin, look, as far as I know, he still is doing that. I don't know this. I'm just assuming that he's not, to the extent that he would be. But you still have to replace that with something, right? Yeah. You still have to replace that with something, because you don't do that because you have to do it. You do it because you want to do it. You need to do it. And so your brain needs that space occupied. So what do you replace that with? And to me, Kevin's replaced that with soaking the year in and embracing it. I think that's pretty healthy. I think it's smart.
Yeah.